Imagine waking up in the morning, placing your feet on the floor, and feeling that familiar twinge in your knee. You take a deep breath, rise slowly, and think, well, this must be what aging feels like. But what if I told you that pain isn't just a natural part of getting older? How many times have you avoided stairs or skipped a walk because you were afraid your joint pain would flare up again? This reality, so common after 50, is trying to tell us something deeper. For most people, knee pain starts as a quiet discomfort, an ache here, a stiffness there. It whispers at first, usually after long periods of sitting or standing. But over time, those whispers become louder. Walking feels heavier, getting out of a car becomes a little harder, and suddenly the activities that once felt effortless now demand planning and pain management. Does that sound familiar to you? Here's the truth. That pain is your body sounding an alarm. It's not just about aging. It's about wear and tear, specifically the silent breakdown of cartilage, that precious cushion that allows your joints to move smoothly. And when it starts wearing down, your bones begin to rub against each other, leading to pain, inflammation, and eventually, restricted movement. Now, here's the part that many people never hear from their doctors. Cartilage can be supported and even regenerated through completely natural means. Yes, you read that right. No expensive supplements, no invasive procedures, just simple changes in what you eat and how you move. Wouldn't it be empowering to take that kind of control over your body? Too often we're told to just accept joint pain as part of getting older. We're offered painkillers or expensive supplements that promise relief, but rarely deliver regeneration. Meanwhile, the real tools for healing are sitting in our kitchen and woven into our daily habits. Doesn't that feel like a missed opportunity? Let's talk about what's actually happening inside your knees. Cartilage is made up of water, collagen, and a network of proteins that give it its springy, shock-absorbing qualities. As we age, the production of these essential components slows down, but it doesn't stop. With the right nutrients and consistent movement, we can stimulate our bodies to rebuild what was lost. Think of cartilage like the sole of a well-used shoe. Over time, it wears thin, especially if you don't rotate it or give it a break. But just like a cobbler can repair a worn-out sole, your body has tools to restore that joint cushion, if you give it the right materials. Do you know which foods feed your cartilage? That's the power of nutrition. Certain foods, rich in collagen-building amino acids, anti-inflammatory compounds, and joint-loving minerals, can directly support your body's ability to repair its cartilage. We're talking about things like bone broth, fatty fish, colorful vegetables, seeds, and fermented foods. These aren't trendy health fads. They're your knees' best friends. And then there's movement. Not intense exercise or punishing routines, but gentle, intentional motion. Things like walking, swimming, stretching. These send signals to your joints, telling them to nourish and maintain their cartilage. It's like watering a plant. Stop moving and the joint dries out. Move regularly and you keep it alive and thriving. The good news? It's never too late to start. Whether your knees have been bothering you for years or just recently started acting up, your body is always listening and always ready to respond when you treat it right. So let's dive deeper into the science, the symptoms, and most importantly, the solutions. Pain in the joints, especially the knees, is one of the most common complaints among people over 50, and yet many still believe it's just a normal part of aging. But here's the hard truth. What feels normal doesn't mean it's harmless. That dull, persistent ache, it's often a sign that your cartilage, the tissue that protects your joints, is breaking down faster than your body can repair it. This process is called cartilage degeneration, and it's at the root of many types of joint pain. In the knees, it shows up as stiffness when you wake up, cracking sounds when you bend, or a burning feeling after a long walk. Over time, the pain can become chronic, affecting your mobility, your mood, and even your independence. Have you ever hesitated to get out of a chair because of how your knees felt? What's really happening inside your knee is a silent battle. The cartilage, which once acted like a cushion, is thinning out. Without it, bones begin to grind against each other. This leads to inflammation, swelling, and more pain. And unlike a bruise or a cut, cartilage doesn't bleed or swell on the surface, so it's easy to ignore until it's too late. That's why so many people live for years with joint damage they didn't realize was happening. Let's talk numbers. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 250 million people worldwide suffer from osteoarthritis, a condition largely driven by cartilage loss. It's the most common joint disorder, and it disproportionately affects the knees. In the US alone, about 1 in 2 adults will develop symptomatic knee osteoarthritis by age 85. These aren't just statistics, they're a wake-up call. But the risk doesn't stop there. Joint pain can lead to a dangerous cycle. Pain causes inactivity, weakens muscles, and weaker muscles put more pressure on the joints. That extra stress speeds up cartilage breakdown. Before long, you're stuck in a loop that feels impossible to escape. Have you ever felt like your body was betraying you little by little? The signs are often subtle at first. Maybe your knees click when you stand. Maybe they feel swollen after sitting too long. Maybe you used to jog, but now even a short walk leaves you sore. These are all red flags that your joints are under stress, and they deserve your attention. The earlier you act, the better your chances of recovery. So, what causes this cartilage breakdown in the first place? Age plays a role, of course, but it's not the only culprit. Repetitive stress, poor nutrition, lack of movement, excess weight, and chronic inflammation all speed up the process. Even something as simple as wearing the wrong shoes for years can quietly wear down your knees. And here's something most people don't know. Cartilage doesn't have its own blood supply. That means it relies on the movement of the joint itself to receive nutrients. If you're not moving enough, or if inflammation is blocking nutrient flow, your cartilage starves, and it starts to die. That's why both diet and daily motion are so essential to joint health. But here's the hopeful part. Just as cartilage can deteriorate, it can also be supported and strengthened. Your body has the tools to rebuild itself. It just needs the right raw materials. Foods that fight inflammation, strengthen collagen, and support hydration can actually reverse some of the damage. Doesn't that give you hope? And that's what we're going to explore next. Which nutrients, foods, and habits have been shown to help your body regenerate cartilage? Naturally, affordably, and without relying on pills or powders. You have more control over your joint health than you've been led to believe. Let's begin with collagen, the most abundant protein in your body and the foundation of your cartilage. Think of it like the framework that holds everything together. As we age, our natural production of collagen decreases. That's when joints start feeling creaky and stiff. But here's the good news. You can give your body the building blocks to make more collagen through your diet. Bone broth is a powerful ally. Made by simmering bones and connective tissue, it's rich in gelatin, which breaks down into collagen-building amino acids like glycine and proline. Just a warm cup a day can start to replenish what your body's losing. Isn't it amazing that something as simple as broth could be a form of medicine? Another key player is omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These healthy fats reduce inflammation, a major driver of cartilage breakdown. When your joints are inflamed, it's like living in a house full of smoke. Omega-3s help put out that fire, giving your cartilage a chance to recover. Have you added oily fish to your plate this week? Then we have antioxidants, especially from colorful vegetables like spinach, kale, carrots, and red peppers. These foods are rich in vitamins C and E, both of which are essential for collagen formation and joint repair. Vitamin C, in particular, plays a crucial role in turning amino acids into usable collagen. Think of it as the spark plug in your body's repair engine. Fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and kefir also deserve a spotlight. They support gut health, and a healthy gut helps your body absorb nutrients more effectively, including the ones needed to rebuild cartilage. Plus, reducing inflammation in the digestive tract can reduce systemic inflammation, which benefits your joints. Did you know your gut and knees were connected in this way? Seeds and nuts, like chia, flax, walnuts, and almonds, bring in more omega-3s, magnesium, and zinc, minerals your joints crave. Magnesium helps relax tight muscles around the joints, reducing pressure. Zinc supports tissue repair, and the fiber in these foods helps regulate blood sugar, which, when too high, can damage joint tissue over time. It's all interconnected. Hydration is another underrated hero. Cartilage is made up of nearly 70% water. When you're dehydrated, your joints lose their ability to glide smoothly. They become dry, brittle, and prone to injury. Drinking enough water each day, along with eating water-rich foods like cucumber and watermelon, can literally help your knees move more fluidly. Let's not forget about vitamin D. It helps regulate and supports joint function. Without enough vitamin D, inflammation rises and bones weaken, which puts even more pressure on your cartilage. Spending a little time in the sun or eating eggs and fortified foods can make a big difference. When was the last time you checked your vitamin D levels? All these nutritional strategies are powerful, but they work best when paired with movement. Gentle, consistent activity sends blood and nutrients to the joints, helping nourish and repair cartilage. It also strengthens the muscles that support your knees, reducing the load they carry. You don't need to run marathons, just move every day. Yoga, Tai Chi, brisk walks, and swimming are all excellent low-impact options. Even 5 minutes of gentle stretching in the morning can make your joints feel more alive. Think of movement not as punishment, but as nourishment. Your knees don't need intensity. They need consistency. Now, you might be wondering, if natural regeneration is possible, why isn't everyone doing this? The truth is, we've been conditioned to look for quick fixes, pills that promise instant relief, creams that numb the pain. But those are band-aids. They don't address the root cause. Real healing takes time, intention, and consistency. Are you willing to make that commitment to your own body? Painkillers like ibuprofen can be helpful in the short term, especially during flare-ups. But taken for too long, they can harm your stomach lining, raise blood pressure, and, ironically, interfere with the body's ability to repair tissue. Wouldn't it be better to address what's causing the inflammation in the first place, rather than just silencing it? And then there are expensive joint supplements. Glucosamine, chondroitin, collagen powders. They flood the market with promises. Some have mild benefits, but none are magic bullets. What really moves the needle is a consistent supply of real food, hydration, and motion. Supplements can help, but they're the backup. Dancers, not the stars of the show. There's something deeply empowering about realizing that healing isn't only in a bottle. It's in your kitchen, in your evening walk, in your decision to stretch instead of sitting still. That shift in mindset, from passive recipient to active participant, is where transformation begins. Have you felt that shift starting in you? Let's talk briefly about body weight. Every extra pound puts additional stress on your knees, up to 4 times your body weight per step. That means losing just 5 kilos, about 11 pounds, can take up to 20 kilos of pressure off each knee with every step you take. That's not about vanity. It's about relief, about freedom of movement. If weight loss is needed, focus on it gently, not obsessively. The anti-inflammatory, cartilage-supporting diet we've been discussing can naturally support healthy weight management. It's not about starving, it's about nourishing. Eating more of the right things instead of less of everything. Can you imagine food becoming part of your healing instead of part of the problem? Consistency is the final piece. Most people start strong but give up when they don't see instant results. Cartilage regeneration doesn't happen overnight. It's more like tending a garden. You water it daily, give it sunlight, and one day the green shoots appear. Your knees are the same. They need time, love, and patience. There will be days when the pain returns, days when you feel stuck. That's normal. Healing isn't linear. It's a winding road with setbacks and victories. What matters is that you stay on the path, keep choosing movement, keep choosing foods that heal. Can you give yourself that kind of long-term care? Support helps. Tell a friend, find a walking buddy, join a class. Community can make the journey feel lighter. And every step you take, not just literally, but with your mindset, your meals, your rest, is a vote for your own health. You're not just repairing your knees, you're reclaiming your vitality. So as we move forward, let's get specific. What does a typical day of joint-nourishing meals look like? What kind of movement schedule can you actually stick to? In the next section, I'll walk you through practical, realistic ways to bring this healing into your everyday life. Let's start with breakfast. A joint-friendly morning could begin with a warm cup of bone broth or a smoothie packed with anti-inflammatory ingredients. Spinach, berries, a spoonful of chia seeds, and a splash of kefir. Add a boiled egg for protein and vitamin D. This isn't about dieting, it's about giving your cartilage exactly what it's been missing. By mid-morning, hydrate with a tall glass of water and a small handful of walnuts or almonds. These deliver omega-3s, magnesium, and zinc, nutrients that act like tiny repairmen inside your joints. Every bite counts when your goal is healing. Isn't it amazing how small habits can have such a big impact? Lunch could include grilled salmon or mackerel, alongside a colorful salad. Think red peppers, kale, carrots, and beets, with olive oil and lemon. The oil brings healthy fats. The vegetables bring antioxidants and vitamin C. The fish brings anti-inflammatory power. It's like feeding your knees exactly what they crave. In the afternoon, instead of reaching for something sugary, try fermented yogurt or kefir with a bit of honey and flax seeds, or enjoy a few slices of avocado with sea salt. These help regulate inflammation and support your gut, which in turn supports your immune system and joints. See how everything in your body is connected? Dinner might feature a hearty vegetable soup with legumes, turmeric, ginger, and garlic, natural anti-inflammatory agents. Pair that with roasted sweet potatoes and steamed greens like broccoli or collard greens. Every ingredient plays a role, not just in reducing pain, but in building new, stronger tissue. Let's not forget movement. Ideally, begin your day with 5 minutes of stretching, reaching your arms up, gently rotating your knees, and doing small circles with your hips. These simple moves send oxygen and nutrients to your joints. No equipment needed, just intention. Can you find 5 minutes tomorrow morning? Midday, try a short walk. 15 to 20 minutes is enough. It boosts circulation, supports your mood, and activates the muscle groups that stabilize your knees. If you can't walk outside, try walking in place, using stairs or following a gentle online mobility video. The best exercise is the one you'll actually do. Before bed, a gentle yoga or Tai Chi session helps relax the body and calm inflammation. It also prepares your joints for rest, which is when most of the repair actually happens. Sleep is not passive, it's when your body rebuilds. Are you giving yourself that healing time each night? As for mindset, remember this. Healing isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up for your joints each day, even in small ways. Maybe you ate one anti-inflammatory meal today. That's a win. Maybe you walked for 10 minutes. Another win. Stack those small victories and you create a transformation. In the final stretch, we'll talk about what to expect as your joints begin to heal, how to track your progress, and how to stay motivated. Because this isn't just about knees, it's about your freedom, your confidence, and your future. As you begin to nourish your body with the right foods and gentle movement, something incredible starts to happen. The stiffness lessens. Mornings feel easier. You catch yourself climbing stairs without wincing. These changes might feel small at first, but they're signs your body is responding, rebuilding, and thanking you for your care. Have you noticed any of these changes in yourself yet? Tracking your progress helps. Keep a simple journal. Note when the pain is better, what you ate, how much you moved. Over time, you'll start to see patterns. Maybe bone broth makes a difference. Maybe stretching in the thigh morning sets the tone for the whole day. These insights are powerful. They turn guesswork into a personal roadmap to healing. And yes, there will still be tough days. Days when the pain returns, when old habits creep back in. That's okay. Progress isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. The difference now is that you have tools. You know what helps, what harms, and how to listen to your body. That kind of awareness is a form of wisdom. So I ask you now, what would it feel like to walk without fear again? To get up from a chair without bracing yourself? To return to dancing, gardening, hiking, whatever brings you joy, without that nagging ache holding you back? that life is still within reach. And the path to it starts with the next choice you make. Don't wait for the pain to get worse. Don't wait for a diagnosis to give you permission to care for yourself. Your body is speaking to you through every twinge, every stiffness. Listen, respond, begin. Even if it's just with a cup of broth, a 5-minute stretch, or a single anti-inflammatory meal. And remember, you're not alone. Millions are walking this same path, choosing healing over helplessness. And every small step you take today becomes a brick in the foundation of your future freedom. Your knees don't have to define your limits. They can become a symbol of your comeback. So here's your invitation. Start now. Move gently. Eat with intention. Trust the process. And let your knees carry you, not just forward, but into a freer life. One meal, one step, one breath at a time. Thank you for being here. For listening not just to me, but to your own body. This was never just about cartilage. It's about reclaiming your strength. And you're already doing it. Disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes and does not replace a medical consultation. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting any new dietary or physical activity plan, especially if you have a pre-existing condition.